So much to talk about. Let's get into it. Alright, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs YouTube channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button and hit subscribe because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're here this evening to talk about so many things because it's been an absolute age and there was an issue with some of the vlog stuff on Saturday. I was out of the country. There was a lot. There was a lot happening. And of course, we've got a lot to talk about in the recent news in regards to Ralph Hasenhuttl's future, as well as some silly goings on elsewhere in the Premier League. On top of that, we're going to talk about Spurs away, which is happening obviously tomorrow night. I'm joined as ever by Jack. How are we doing?
Oh yeah,
You well?
yeah, mate. You know what? I've missed you. I've truly missed you. It was it's weird.
It feels like
It's
quite
weird
a time.
going to. Oh, it does, doesn't it? I mean, how was your Holly Bobs? How was your Holly Bobs before you know? Is everything good?
Lovely. It was lovely. Yes,
Yeah.
I unfortunately didn't get along to see the amazing result of the weekend against Coventry, which looked like a very exciting game. Actually, I was actually watching it in my transfer on the way to the airport on the way back, and then I saw Kyle Walker-Peters' goal actually whilst I was in the queue for check-in, and I scared the life out of everyone around me. And I suddenly realised what a stupid thing it is to do, to suddenly shout really loudly when you're in an airport environment.
yeah. I can see
Especially
that.
how it's heightened at the moment, intensity-wise, in that. But no, thank you for asking. I did have a lovely time. In case anyone's
Good.
wondering
I'm
what I was
glad.
doing, so I did actually bring up a picture. I was
Of
so
course you did.
prepared for this.
Of course you
That's
did.
what I
Of
was
course you
doing.
did. Look at him
Extreme
shredding that
sports.
snow. Shredding that snow.
I had a week of white lines.
White lines, vision, dreams of passion.
But it was an epic week of powder, and yes, I was Austrian Alps, in case anyone's wondering. But that was me riding off into the sunset to come home. That's enough of that, anyway. But as always, let us know where you're watching the show from in the chat section. Let's see who we've got. Jamie397, come on, you saints. Hi guys from Dave. Snell's in the room. Ralph News ruined my day. Hi guys, it's been ages, hasn't it? It has really actually been ages. Lord of any Nevada as well. Are you really Nevada? Wow.
Reno,
Okay.
baby.
Look at that. Damn, I need to go skiing again. It is possible. It's opening up. It's out there. I had to wear an FFP2 mask on all the lifts, which is the next level up from the standard ones. So, but apart from that, easy. So,
Easy.
and
Easy
the weather was kind.
Wow, I was at my first St. Mary game with no restrictions, so that was already interesting because I did get to the game and I saw barriers and I thought, oh no, I've not got a COVID pass on me. I don't think I have to get one right now. But in reality, it was.
Been a while since I've done that, hasn't it?
Yeah, loving that. But in reality, the fences were just up because Coventry fans were rowdy
Everywhere.
Yeah, they were everywhere. We'll get into that. We'll get into that because it was kind of outrageous.
Let's jump straight into that. I mean, obviously, I wasn't at the game, but obviously, we went behind. From what I could see on my tiny video screen on my phone, I won't tell you how I got that stream. But it was a pretty open first half. Coventry deserved to go ahead, I think, from their goal, which I thought was quite a good goal, quite a well-worked goal.
It was a well-worked goal. What Lianco was doing, drifting away from his defender a bit there, they made it quite easy for him. I think there's just a lack of communication. I thought that just the back line in general was a bit of a funny one. Having Livermore, Stevens, Lianco, and Small was all a bit like, okay, this is a bit all over the place. And it reminded me a lot of Leeds last season, where Ralph kind of put out the sort of the B starters, just to rest a little bit, and he underestimated the team. And Coventry came out and they really buoyed us.
Lively.
To be honest, they were great. Yeah. They really, they were lively. They were on every ball. They were pressing. We really had to try and unlock it. There was just no creativity from us on the pitch. Really, that entire first half, nothing really exciting happened at all. Lianco, gutted that he's injured. Gutted that he looks like he's out for 8 to 12 weeks. Gutted.
Yeah. Which sounds longer than it actually it is. As long as it sounds, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's 2 months, 2 to 3 months.
yeah, it's heartbreaking for
season,
him.
isn't it?
But I put up a poster. He's like his reply earlier on, just saying like he posted like saying how gutted he is, and he's just more determined to get back and on top of it. So every club wishes they had the Lianco, and we've got one. So
yeah, yeah,
I'm gutted that he's out that long, but at the same time, it did give us a good excuse to make a first test substitution.
Yes, yeah, which is unusual. I thought other things I noticed from watching. I think obviously Nathan Teller making his first team appearance was a bit mixed, really. He looked quite good going forward, but defensively he wasn't there. And I think
first of all, it's Tierra Small, but yeah,
what did I say?
Nathan Teller.
Did I?
They're all
Really?
youngsters, mate. They're all youngsters. Yeah, I was like, Nathan Teller didn't make his debut. What's he on about?
Sorry. It's been a long day.
But no,
Thierry Small. Thank you, Jack. That could have been quite awkward. Already is. Anyway, so yeah, Thierry Small, looked good going forward, but defensively was all over the place. And when Lianco was injured,
that header back to Cavallero scared the living hell out of me. I was like, it was for a while. It was like the best chance that Coventry created that fast was his header. God, scary. But I think that was kind of his game a little bit, just a bit out of his depth, a little bit, bit over the top, a little. He just wasn't a good first performance from him. But no, you're right. Going forward, he looked a little bit dangerous.
Yeah,
but we needed something a bit different that game.
Yeah, and I think also, everyone was questioning the fact that, well, why wouldn't you bring on Salasu, make it a straight swap? But I think Ralph had probably already made his mind up in regards to, okay, I'm not sure if this system is going to work. Let's move to the back four, which I was like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And
as soon as we did it, everyone around me was saying it. Ian came to the game. Ian's look, he's not really a Southampton fan, but he was there to. He's a United fan. We can all talk about it. He's not invited to the fan. He's not invited to the United game. So let's look at every other time he's a Southampton fan. So even he was saying that the fullbacks just won't do anything. It was just blustered in the middle, too many centre backs, and just not great. If there was no room for Ward-Prowse or any to go forward. If you look at the entire pitch, it was just slow to start Walcott and Shane Long. It's a bit like, come on. So that was more my view. I was like, right, Walcott's been terrible this season. If he was going to do anything, I guess it would be this match. But instantly, his first touch, right, wasn't that bad. It was his second touch. It was get control of the ball. Who am I passing it to? When he took that, it just went off every time. It's like he's been practicing his first touch for years, and then the second touch, he's just like, oh, now I've got to do that bit now. This bit now. So Shane Long must have been gassed. He must have been drained by the end of the game.
Always gives
didn't do much,
though, doesn't he?
Exactly. Always gives 110, but he gave 110 for 120, and
yeah, absolutely. But after Coventry went ahead, obviously 1-0 down at the break, an absolute stunning strike by Stuart Armstrong going right into the corner, and
thank God it's getting the notice it should be getting as well, because it's doing the rounds, and it should be, because my God,
absolutely phenomenal.
When he hit it, obviously we're on the other side, so it wasn't the best angle in the stadium for us. But I was like, oh, I think that must have moved. And as soon as we saw the replay, there was a gasp from our end. It's like, oh my God, look what he just did! Woo!
And then, of course, Kyle Walker-Peters getting his second successive goal in home fixtures. So that was quite something. And great goal, great goal
as well.
Yeah,
worth the yellow card. Worth the yellow card. Have you seen the dude's video?
I have. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think Kyle Walker-Peters' voice was a lot lower than it normally was. It's like,
yeah.
It's fantastic. And it was the Willie saving us at the end there, because it got very nervy.
Just fantastic. He was. Do you know what? Willie Caballero, that game, he was like shouting at Armstrong, Adam Armstrong, to get in position. He was really having a go at that back line. And then, the saves at the end were fantastic. There was the 1-on-1 and then the amazing double save. And you should have seen him. Oh my God! To get that line's going to put his flag up. He went ballistic. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Really.
must have been right in front of you.
Oh yeah, it was right in front of us, and I was like, "Here we go." It was. I will be honest. There was some prime entertainment from the Coventry fans, and it was rowdy. It was raucous. Things kicked off. It was not great all the time, but my God, it was.
Yeah.
Made for the atmosphere. I'll let you know
Yeah.
when the Kyle Walker-Peters goal went in. I don't know if it's because you weren't there, or it's because Ian annoyingly had a gig in Cardiff, so he had to leave before extra time. So I was there on my own for extra time.
Oh my word.
When that goal went in, you know how you usually almost go over? Well, I was stood on top of it and the steward had to tell me to get down. And the two people next to me were doing it as well. And then the guy in the end had his leg over and we were just, it was crazy. It was so tense because the Coventry fans were so loud and they were giving it. But honestly, Mike, before the goal went in, Coventry were full voice. And suddenly it just went, thump. It just stopped. And it just turned. The atmosphere was just like, oh my, yeah, as it should be. And it's just good times. So I do apologize that none of it was caught on camera, and the bits that were just bled out with just like it was literally me going. That's all it was. Over the top of it. So it wouldn't have been worth your time or effort even going through it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's all about the audio. People think it's all about the audio.
It's all about the audio.
All about the crispy audio. Yes. Like we start not flexing on that. Jack's got a new mic, by the way, in case everyone's noticed. It's slightly smoother.
Yeah, and his name is Ian, and he came to the last game. Because you get it, new mic.
Oh dear.
So yeah, crispy new mics. Hopefully no more buzzing. However, I have noticed there's an odd volume drop every now and then. So just let me know if I go a bit quiet, and I'll have to slap it.
That sounds good. Just joined. Funny to know where you've been, Mike. I've been in the mountains. Doing that.
Stop bragging. Get off this. Stop it.
I've
been on holiday.
I've been on a plane. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. There we go. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums up. I mean, we've got West Ham. How are you feeling about that?
Do you know what? I'm feeling slightly better about it now than I probably would have been a couple of weeks ago. I'd be interested to see what their result is tonight.
Yeah,
they're on a little bit. They're on a little bit of a not a deep slide, but they're definitely not on the form that they were at the beginning of the season. I don't know what the situation is, but I know that if they started Kurt Zouma tonight, because I don't think they can't afford to get rid of him because they don't have any more centre backs, and like they were thin on the ground on centre backs anyway. So the fact that he started tonight, I know a lot of people are going to be outraged. So it'd be interesting to see just what happens there. But it's a crazy situation. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't understand what's going on at the moment. There appears to be lots of stupid things going on, and it's just utterly baffling that these people are doing such things, and the fact that they know people are filming them.
Yeah, it's just crazy, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean?
It's just crazy.
It's like they're disgusting, abhorrent things, but the fact that someone is, come on, it's 2022.
It does. Yeah, it does. You know, does make you think like, you know, there's just that lack of authority. Sometimes you think in those dressing rooms, maybe there's a lack of maturity. You know, the modern way the game's done, the way things are. There's a little bit. There's just, you know, there's a you know, an Instagram influencer side to things now, and it's garbage.
Yeah,
as much as you don't want, you know, you don't want to admit Roy Keane's right all the time, but you do need a bit of that in there. You do kind of want a bit of Roy Keane in there. Some sportsman.
You do need a bit of ground, and to make it perfectly clear, I think these things are disgusting and abhorrent, whether they're filmed or not. You know, that's by the by. But it's just
it's disgusting, and on top of that, you're stupid enough to be filming it. So it's doubling down on just how awful everything is.
Yeah, and I think there also needs to be a lot more, you know, because how these players get into a situation where they're in that frame of mind is just.
Do you know what it is? It's that thing of, you know, all young men who have this sort of spotlight on them need to have some sort of training in their life to let them know how to handle those sort of situations, or just how to act in real life. Because, you know, being a footballer or any young man with that sort of wealth and celebrity, and then they all need checking. We all need checking because they live a slightly more warped reality unless they come from a real working class team.
Yeah. Back to the football. Fact that we almost got Kidderminster kill me. Yeah, they were close. The fact that
oh my god,
West Ham equalised in stoppage time of normal time, and then they won it in stoppage time of extra time is just an absolute kill. I mean, I think Kidderminster deserved penalties. I have to say.
Emotionally, yeah, it would have been a battering for them. Yeah. But it would have been. Yeah. But to be fair though, at a certain time of each game, it could have been Kidderminster Coventry in it. So
it's true. Yeah, what round that would have been? Been like, good luck with that.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I think this is a real tough game.
Mm-hmm.
We know what we're like against West Ham. So if we get through this,
4 points so far this season.
Exactly. So if we can get through this, I think that's a real big tick for us. I think that would be an equivalent of us sort of taking Leicester out, or do you know what I mean? Like, there were sort of tricky teams that we couldn't we can't get past, and if we can get through a West Ham, I feel like there's a run there to be had.
Yeah.
So
cool. You're only then 2 games away from the final, aren't you?
Exactly, and I know the big boy teams are left, but you never know what will happen in the cup.
Yeah, absolutely. Fascinating stuff. Right, should we finally, after 16 minutes and 57 seconds, get on to talk about Tottenham Hotspurs?
Yeah, go on, Em.
Should we get onto that?
Go on then.
So, as always, let us know in the chat section or in the comment section if you're watching this on replay. Let us know your thoughts on the upcoming away game, which is tomorrow. We appear to have there's 50 cups going on in the Everton Newcastle game. What's going on there? Anyway, where was I? Yeah, we've got some injuries. In regards to the fixture tomorrow. It's understood that I believe McCarthy is still out.
Who cares?
Livramento. Yeah, I know. Livramento, possible, is he?
Well, he played it against Coventry, didn't he? So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. I doubt his start because he did play 120 minutes, and I doubt that's what they want out of him. I think he's still resting a little bit. So, but here's the thing: Walker Peters Peru is fine. It's not
Walker Peters Peru sort of setup kind of thing. Broja also didn't train yesterday, but he possibly trained today, I think.
Yeah, that's what he might have trained tonight. So I don't know what the latest was on that and whether he did or not. But hopefully.
And who else was there?
Who's out? Obviously Lianco and
yes,
will be out for his big stretch. And Nathan Teller is out with a groin thing, apparently, a little groin niggle.
Okay.
So that's a shame, but I don't think it's that bad to have Elianusi and Armstrong sort of be the guys. Obviously, we'll talk about that in a minute. All the options that we've got available to us, but again, it's a position with depth.
Yep.
It's good. It's more that it's funnily enough. Weirdly, now we're in a position where if Broja has to miss a few games, it's like maybe we do need like another striker, or like I don't want to be floating Redmond up there and doing things that like playing people out of position again.
Mm-hmm.
Who's it? Did somebody just score in the background of your game?
Paul Pogba.
Scored
for Manchester United.
Paul, but I thought you were dead.
And by the excitedness of the commentator, it sounds like it's quite a good goal. Let's have a look. Sorry, I get distracted when we have
easily
football in his background.
I know. We just like football guys. Like we're not those smart YouTubers that don't have it on in the background, or either choose doing a watch along or a preview. We're not those kind of people.
Totally unprofessional. It's funny because I'm even less engaged when I do our own watch alongs because I just watch the game, don't I? Don't even talk about it. Oh yeah, it's good.
Pretty much, yeah, and I do get to feel quite isolated and alone. So
yeah. So Spurs away. Should we go through the lineup?
Let's do that.
I predicted 11. Let's get straight into it. Now, I have an inclination that I'm not sure what kit we're going to play tomorrow night. I kind of thinking
black
that we should play black, but thinking about the Spurs shorts are like very dark blue, and so I'm wondering if we have a black shirt and
White
red shorts.
Red shorts. Red shorts would be dead smart. I could see that happening.
That'd be pretty cool. So that's why I just thought I'd preface that, because that's why I've did the lineups like this. So we've got black tops and red bottoms.
Smart.
Which is my
Smart. I like that.
So looking at this, I guess we're going to have to be looking at Super Hands, Fraser Forster in goal.
Yeah, it's got to be. He's a boy in foot. As much as obviously Willie was great on the weekend, Cavalera's enough of a pro to know that that's his role. He's probably going to be the cup keeper now.
Yeah.
Because I think Forster is starting. I think regardless of McCarthy being here or not, Forster's on too much of a role, playing well. I mean, okay, he's been caught in that no man's land a couple of times, but I do like that.
Forster.
Surely it should be 44 star, right?
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, if you were going to be,
everyone knows what I'm saying.
If you're going to be doing it, just do it. So yeah, for me, Forster's the one to start.
Everton have scored, by the way. Everton
yes, they have
against Newcastle.
Annoying.
Look at that. Annoying. Why is
annoying?
that annoying?
I want Newcastle to avoid the drop. I'd rather it'd be funny if they pull Everton into it. That's a lot funnier, right?
United have scored again.
Burnley, mates. Burnley.
Looks like there's no goal. So looking at this lineup at the back here, that's what we were talking about, right? Sorry. So sorry. This is dreadful.
No, we're fine. Football's on. We're all doing stuff. Look, the chat's watching the football as well. We're having a good time.
We're all doing this together, right? This is fine.
Yeah.
Good. So I'm guessing it's going to be Kyle Walker-Peters in that right back position with, with Ralph sort of hinting that he thinks he needs to rest, Tino for that, and then with that in mind, it'll be Peru, right?
Yeah, definitely.
There we go. Is it 2-1?
And then I think it's 1-0. It's 1-0. Newcastle 1-0.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Party time. We shouldn't have entertaining games on the background. Why can't they be dull games? See, much easier to talk in a Southampton game because not a lot really happens. But usually when I've got another game on the side, suddenly it all just goes bonkers. So, but yeah, in the middle, mate. Let's go to the middle.
Let's go to the middle. Yeah, I was just going to see what the score was the Watford game. Does anyone know? 0-0. There we go. So in the middle, I've got to go Salasu.
Yeah, it's going to be Salasu and Bednarak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Stevens played a long game. And Bednarak, and it's so crazy, man, because like if you would have asked me 4 weeks ago, like a month ago, I would have said Bednarak's just like he's hitting a limit a little bit. Maybe end of last year, I would have said Bednarak looks like he's sort of hit a limit. He doesn't kind of look like he's at a level, but he keeps getting better. Just keeps getting better, and it keeps changing. Like Salasu is the only one that I'm for sure like, right, you start Salasu. That's for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like Bednarak's great, but Stevens can play really well, and Lianco can play really, really well. So it's really difficult picking another spot. But for consistency,
do you think Salasu plays better with a certain partner?
Yeah, So it has to be Salasu and Bednarak or Salasu and Stevens. I don't think a Salasu and Lianco thing right now is where it's at. I had a conversation with a chap in the shop today, and I said the best way to describe Lianco right now is that he's Yoshida when Yoshida was still doing the back passes. He's great, but he's got this thing in him where something could happen, and he needs to calm down a little bit and get used to what the league is. Do you know what I mean? Like he's very excitable. He's Brazilian. He's so excitable, and he's just that's what he is. But obviously he's out of contention for a little bit now. But I do think there was when you see him play, there's there's either going to be a red card or he's going to slip away. There's just going to be something he's not going to pay attention to.
Are you talking about Lianco?
Yeah, Lianco.
Yeah. I mean, I think that side of his game has improved.
I love him though. Yeah. And it has improving and it keeps improving. But the goal against Coventry shows that he was ball watching. He saw the ball go, Didn't see the player
Oh,
drop
that was
off.
quick one-touch football.
No,
I think that's harsh.
No.
I think
If
that's harsh.
you're Premier League, mate.
Yeah, no, I
gotta be on it.
understand. Yeah, I mean, they all sort of stepped up and sort of
Do you
waved
want
for
me
it
to start
be
Roy
offside.
Keane in this, mate? It's a yard. You're telling me you can't make a yard? You make a yard.
It's his job. It's his job. It's a basic job.
Close the ball. Close him down.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I just think it was a very well worked goal. I think, but yeah, I'm about talking about that game again anyway.
But yeah,
thanks
for me,
also for the comments section, sort of providing us with some insights into what you think will be starting tomorrow. Keep them coming in. We'd like to have your input in this as well. So we're happy with that back line. Looking in the centre of the park, is it going to be Romeo?
Yeah, it's got to be, isn't it? I mean, Diallo looked a bit shaky last time out.
Blasphemous! How dare
he's
you?
great. He's great.
He's
He's
my favourite
amazing.
player.
I know.
My new
But
best mate.
I'm just kind of like with Diallo. I like him playing a little bit forward and slightly attacking, like he was. Like we've seen him. So to have just him and Ward-Prowse, it would be slightly more attacking. It would be something I like, but it's Spurs and it. I'd much rather have Romeo on the pitch, putting in some tackles, shutting down Kane a little bit, blocking up the middle. There's a good chance we're gonna. Every time, the past few times not the last time we played Spurs, but like last season, there are those times where we get overloaded by Kane a little bit and he's busting through the middle. So to have a slightly, have that number 6 there, I think we kind of had the number last time, a little bit. We had the number somewhat last time.
Yeah.
So, not too much of a difference in formation to that.
Yeah.
Just with the expectations that we're going to probably have to do a bit more because they if we leave, Tottenham with 4 points against them this season, it'd be amazing.
That would be amazing. It would be amazing, to do it at their ground as well. They have been very strong at home. Just a comment here. What's your thoughts on Araf to retire soon? We will get into that right after we've talked about Spurs, so stick around for that. So looking at the wings, are we going with Redmond over here and then Stu on the other side?
That's probably what I would say. I'd much prefer Redmond on the left. He's had to play a lot on the right and he's had to switch around a lot, in the past few games. So I think to have the boys on their right, on their correct sides, and just Stuart Armstrong after that goal deserves that entire right wing. If he wants it, it's his. Just do what you want with it, mate. That is yours.
He kind of looked a bit ropey when he first started, didn't he? He kind of like been bullied off the ball a lot.
I think it was after the game, he did say that the Coventry game was the first game he really felt sure of himself and really 100% again. I think he was very fearful before of like getting another injury or getting, picking it up again. And it did. He did, continue the injury a little bit. So he said that previous games he's been a little bit not 100%, kind of holding back a little bit. And then this was the game where he really felt that he can get stuck in. Yeah. He was great. It was great. There's no doubting that Stuart Armstrong, if he's playing at 100%, and if the whole team plays at 100%, there's a good chance that he's the best player on the pitch. On the day that I feel like on the day that this squad works at 100%, Stu's probably the name that we're all like, my God, Stuart Armstrong was the best one today. There's just Stu's got that in him. Do you know why? Because he is a liar.
Yeah, and I think also, let's not forget the important job that Nathan Redmond's been doing this whole season. I mean, he's always there, in and around. He
got hate in that Coventry game when he came on, and quite honestly, Kyle Walker-Peters and Redmond completely changed the game. So I don't understand where the hate was from. I might even go on record saying this might maybe be Redmond's best season with us so far.
Yeah, well, if you look at the assist record and the fact that his involvement in pretty much all our goals, he's there in the build-up.
What I've been saying about Redmond for the past few seasons when he wasn't performing well was that he's now one of the mature players. He's a senior player in the squad, and I wanted to see him do those senior things. I wanted him to not just lose the ball every time. I wanted to see him get more goals, more assists. And this season, things have been working for him, and he's been pulling it off, and he's doing what you would want Nathan Redmond to do. It's just a couple of goals from him this season would be great. I would love to see Redmond score in the next couple of weeks. But I honestly think it's one of his best seasons.
Yeah, no, I totally agree on that. And I think that's, it's a simple line of if he had a couple of goals, people would be speaking a bit more highly of him, but just massively underrated
It's great.
this season. And people say, yeah, but he loses the ball a lot. Yeah, but he has the ball a lot. And he's in a position where he has to create chances. So he's going to lose the ball a lot. It's just simple.
The
Simple
funny
math.
thing is that the Southampton, our squad, the thing that we are really desperately missing is a creative number 10, a really creative midfielder that's forward thinking. And Redmond's at times when the only people on the pitch to do that, and you see him lose the ball a lot because of that. And that's annoying because you see everybody else trying to kind of keep the ball and keep possession because that's what their job is. And we see Redmond try to do that extra thing to get into the box to do something special, and it, a lot of the time it doesn't go right for him. But this season, there's a lot of games where it has, and he's done some amazing things. I do honestly think it's with the link-up play as well. I think that's the only thing that I'll miss if he does play prominently on the left, is that I think him and Kyle Walker-Peters play so well together. That's why I think Kyle Walker-Peters on that left-hand side with Redmond is actually maybe more dangerous than Kyle Walker-Peters on the right side and Stuart Armstrong.
Sorry.
You're right there. You're right there.
I'm fine. I'm fine. No.
Was that just a big statement? Was it?
Yeah. That was. I got emotional there, Jack, with you with your words. It was quite something. Yeah. No, absolutely. So looking up front, what are we thinking? Do you reckon Brozier's going to be fit enough to play?
I don't think he'll start. I think there's
really.
I think he took a knock. Ralph's not silly. Let's not rush it back. But if we need him, or is it the other way around? It's we bring him out and then we have to take him off. We have to take him off. Like, what do you do? It's like, I think you start with Shea and Adam, because you don't want to damage Brozier. You only want to bring him on. You're like, right, we need to pull something out here.
Yeah.
It'd be right, and it'd be better off. Shea and Adam might just go out there and it might just click.
Yeah.
Also, how much do you want to sing the Armstrong song and in an away section?
Yeah.
That'd be really, really fun. So
Adam. Yeah, it's
good
fun.
stuff.
It's fun. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Do you know what? I bet there will be a section of our support that be shut up, it's embarrassing.
Yeah,
so
well, they all do think
it.
it's embarrassing. Do you know what I will say was, not the harp back to it one more time, but during the Coventry game when we were 1-0 down, a lot of the fans started to pull their phones out and do the light thing that we were doing at the Brentford game.
Whilst we were 1-0 down.
And it was, I will be honest, it was mainly the chapel. It's like, chapel, can you just sing a song? Don't get your light out. You don't sing a song first. And also, 1-0 down, stop it.
Oh. Yeah, well, they do what they want. They pay us the ticket money.
Yeah, they pay the ticket money, but it was just like, come on, not 1-0 down. But yeah, so I get that.
I see what you're saying, Jay.
That's the first time I was like, oof, okay. But no, I'm excited for a lively away section. And after Coventry, I'm excited for a lively away section.
Yeah. No, it should be fun. So, are we locking this in? Is this what we're going with?
Yeah, man. I think that's the way forward. I just want Adam Armstrong to start scoring, man.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to bury a few more goals. Break. I know it sounds crazy, but the thing, and obviously it would be. But if he were to get a hat trick tomorrow, or do you know what I mean, or just do something crazy, or just something really to fire the engines running, I think that's what he needs, that massive confidence booster that's ending. I don't think since he's been here, he's definitely not had a weekend where they've gone, cool. Adam Armstrong at Southampton, wow, what he dominated that game. He was the guy. When as a striker, I think you're always sort of searching for that and trying to find that kind of form. So he needs to have a day where he has that. I think tomorrow will be difficult, but do you know what I mean? Just something like that. I think he needs to have a game where he's the boss.
Yeah. I think Spurs have got Eric Dyer, who's out, and they've got Tanganga, who's out. So, they might have a few sort of defensive changes that might leave Adam Armstrong with a bit of space to play. There was a bit of chat, people were saying how Adam Armstrong needs to be kind of isolated up front, have a bit more space to run in behind, and the way Ralph's
he plays in the channels, doesn't he? He's the player that would probably he needs that creative number 10. He's another reason that that's the team's crying out for that a little bit. Going forward, I know it's not something we all like to talk about, but the fact that Brozier might not be here, next season. However, we have spent how much money on Adam Armstrong?
He'll be here this season.
So that you're going to start looking at other players to bring in. It should be with the team that you've definitely got.
Armando
and the
Brozier
creative
will be
number
here
10
next season. He'll be here next season. I'm calling it.
Yeah.
Will
he be here the season after that?
Either as a permanent or as a extended loan period.
Yeah. I can see that. Let's not get excited about that. That's a whole other thing.
See, believe, achieve.
That's a whole other thing.
Visualize it. Yeah, let's get into it. All right, that is our predicted 11 for tomorrow night's fixture against Tottenham Hotspurs. And now is the important time where we're going to go through our score predictions. So, as always, please put in your score predictions in the comment section or in the chat section if you're watching us live, and we'll be going through those right after me and Jack have spoken about ours. So, is your turn, my turn to go first?
I think we're lost. Let's reset. Back to you, sir.
Back to me. Okay, I'm going to get romantic in this one, so bear with me. Last time...
Hold on. Get romantic.
Jazzy romantic, I like it. So last time we were at the stadium with fans, it was the last game I got to see with my brother, who predicted we were going to win 3-2 in that game, and sadly we lost 3-2 in that game. It's the FA Cup game, and he had this funny thing of always being able to predict the score, but in the opposite direction, even if he was right or wrong. So I'm gonna go with 3-2. 3-2 Southampton. 2-3 as it would be.
Here's the thing, I'm gonna love your reasoning behind that, and I do absolutely love it. But at the same time, my little heart couldn't take 3-2. I just had a 2-1 against Coventry, mate. Like, go easy on me. Can I have a nice game? Yeah, it's never an easy game. It's never an easy game. Heart conditions run in the family, so I need to really stop going to these games. But
you want to think a bit more about being a Saints fan if that's the case.
I know. Yeah, but no, I love that, mate. Yeah, 3-2, eh? Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go.
I see them scoring because I think they've got Kane, they've got Son. They're very good at home at the moment. Obviously, we managed to keep them out for a large part of the game with 10 men at St Mary's Stadium. But I just think we're competing, and if we can get, I hope Brozier can play. I know we just did a predicted 11 where he wasn't playing, but I just think maybe if one of our strikers gets on the ball and we can make something happen, maybe a couple of goals from Redmond. Who knows? Yeah, that's my reasoning.
I like it. I don't disagree. I think we're going to win. So it's all good. Don't worry about it.
So where are you going, Jake? Where are you going to lock in?
I am going to go for a 2-0 Southampton. Because I think we're going to shut out that man in the middle there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So we're scoring goals tomorrow night. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But here's my rationality, right? The last game, it's almost for me a battle of managers this game, because Conte was in charge, wasn't he, when we went with the draw? Was he in charge then? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So why wouldn't he be? Yeah. So like 1-1. That's it was great. It was a great performance from us, and we really frustrated Spurs. So coming into this game, is this Conte is going, right, we're not having that again?
Right.
Or is it Rav going, right, that's how we stopped him. Now we've got to do it even more, because just doing that again, it's not going to fly with Conte. I'm going to have to be really, really on it. And I think that, the game will come down to, put it this way, if we start that game and I see Long or Walcott,
it's not, I don't see that happening, though.
We're going to have to talk about things. But do you know what I mean? Like it is kind of for me Ralph versus Conte this game. Who's learnt more since the last game, and who's what can we take in? But at the same time, Spurs' defense is trash. So and they've got defenders out.
Yeah.
So it's as long as we can hold them off. That's why, for me, it's one of those games where I would say 1-0 because I think it's going to be hard for us to get out. But because I'm feeling a bit cheeky and we're going to be there, I want 2-0.
Absolutely. Right. There it is. There is our score predictions for this game. I'm going for a 2-3 and Jack's going for a 0-2. Right. Let's get into the chat section score predictions. I'm going to be running through these. So if you've got yours in your head right now and maybe some goal scorers in mind, stick those in the chat section right now. And we will be going through those right now. Okay, I'm going to start with Tom. Here we go. I just saw Tom's comment here. Let's be realistic. Stop it. Starting out front, Chelsea. Oh, I must put a downer on this, isn't it?
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? You say that, but where's Tammy Abraham?
Yep. Roma.
Just all he has to do, all he has to do is look at that and be like, no, they're not. Chelsea aren't going to start him. Chelsea were going to buy another 100 million striker.
Ings gone? Where's that Darren Ings?
Oh my god! Did you see Ralph saying, "Look what happens to players that leave Southampton"?
Yeah.
You bad man, Ralph. That's it. Yeah. Trash him.
And the media guys like, put up a picture of Danny Ings now. Put up a picture of Danny Ings now. So, this guy. Yeah, there we go. Right, okay, let's get into the score predictions. I digress too much. Tom is going for a 2-what? 2-1 Spurs. Okay.
Listen, he's chosen a side of the fence, and that's all that matters. But also, shut up, Tom.
Didn't pick a draw. That's all that matters to Jack. Adrian's going for a 2-1 to Saints. That's more like it. Just going for a 1-1 with an apology straight after. There we go. Thank you for that. Someone's saying now stay a bit longer. Talking about Brazier, I'm guessing. Fat Saints fans going for a 2-2. We're going for a 2-0 Saints. Oh, someone's with you there, Jack.
Love that.
2-0 Saints. Salasu Bednarek solid at the back. Are we going with a solid at the back, but also scoring the goals maybe? Lord Ben is going 2-1 Spurs. Featuring a dive from Human Son. Yeah, we've seen that before. I'm not going to read the next one because they're from the dark side. This now hard one, but 1-0 Saints. Shea Adams, edge of the box. Love it. Love that. Someone's going for a 3-3. Woo!
Goals.
Yeah, absolutely, Tom. Emotional one, but yeah, no, you would have loved it. James Caps is also going for a 2-0. And let's see. Southampton, I think we could steal a 2-1 win if we can hold them to draw without Salasu. Then why not? Excellent point there, Dan. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Sam Hunt is going for a 2-1 Brazier due to a brace. Just now, Ralph, legend for that. Yeah. To Jay, he's going for a 1-1. Sorry, Jack.
Get out.
Jamie 397. Hit the like button before you leave. Thank you. Jamie 397 is going for a 2-0 Redders and Moy. Loving that. TJ is going for a Jones Ward-Prowse. I'm guessing free kick.
Absolutely.
I wanted to go for a 1-1 abuse. That's fair enough. It's fair enough, isn't it? There we go.
At least people are starting to learn.
Remember that Valerie Screamer 3 years ago? We should do that again. That one was against United, wasn't it? But he did score against Spurs in the home fixture. I remember that. That was good fun.
Yeah.
What a game. So a bit of a mixed opinion on the scores there. I think everyone's predicting it's going to be a tough one.
I don't know. It's Spurs, isn't it? It's hard to tell. They're either good or they're not. It's Spurs.
They were good against us when we had 10, though. I thought they looked really good when we had 10 players on the pitch.
Oh yeah, that's again now everything to take into account. It's just, I'm just quite excited about it because we were really good actually up until we went down to 10.
We were lively. Yeah, we
Imagine
look
if they
really
go.
good.
Here's the thing: they go down to 10. I think they're stuffed. I think we
Maybe.
dominate a 10-man Spurs. Putting that out there right now. Gonna float that to the surface. See how everyone takes by that. If Spurs go to 10, it's 9-0 Saints. Imagine they get a sending off for the first 3 minutes and it goes wild. Like.
Speaking of those sort of things, did you see the FA Cup game of was it Nottingham Forest versus Leicester? And I have to say, when they went 3-0 down, I was thinking this could be a lot more. This doesn't look like it's going to stop. So
is he going? You reckon he's fired? You reckon Brendan's?
I think that's madness. And I think any Leicester fan who thinks they should get rid of Brendan Rodgers needs to give their head a wobble. Because seriously, you lose Brendan Rodgers, Yuri Tillemans, and you're done. You're done. You're mid-table at best. And I just think, and all these Leicester fans sort of saying, yeah, but we should be... Come on, you're not going to compete with the top six who are spending abhorrent amounts of money on players. It's just, you're doing a fantastic job where you are. But
especially now Newcastle's here.
Yeah, it's going to get a lot harder.
If they stay up, that is.
Yeah. But no, I don't think Brendan Rodgers should go. But he was a bit petulant in his interview.
He always is, though, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's probably a bit fed up of the questions, really, to be honest with you, and I would certainly get that. I'd understand that. But yeah. Anyway, there we go. There's our score predictions. Thank you so much also for your score predictions in the chat section. We got a bit of other news to talk about.
Yeah.
And it was the comments recently by Ralph Hasenhuttl, basically sort of saying he sees no reason to continue in his managerial quest beyond the realms of his current contract, which is set to end in 2024. I've got mixed feelings about this because it kind of, to me, it sounds like, because he said he didn't want to be, no disrespect to Roy Hodgson, in the dugout when he's 74 years old. He's got other things he wants to do with his life. He's made unbelievable sacrifices for the sake of his family to be with Southampton Football Club during those lockdown months and doing all those kind of things. So I get that as well. But part of me thinks that, you're 54 versus 74, that's quite a big difference. Do I think he's fishing for a big contract deal? Maybe. I just think there might be a couple more years left in it. But, this is the world of football, and the fact that, we could be here in 2022 and he's thinking about ending this realm in 2024. It's boisterous to say the least, really, isn't it?
It is crazy because when the new owners came in, I did think, what does this mean for Ralph? Where do I see us in 5 years? What does the squad look like in 5 years? And do you still see Ralph here? It's like, well, yeah, this is like, Southampton feels like a different club in the sense that there's a bigger project here, and it's Ralph's system all the way through. It's Ralph Ball. He controls the academy upwards. Not this. You might, when I say this, just take it with a pinch of salt. The way like how Fergie just was the club all the way through. I'm not saying Ralph's anywhere near the Fergie, but do you know like how integral he was to everything?
Yeah, I think
Ralph's the way
overrated.
Ralph. Yeah, you think? Sorry, did you just say you thought Ferguson was overrated?
Yep.
Is that what you just said?
I just said
Alex. You just said Alex Ferguson, the greatest football manager of all time, is overrated.
I think a manager needs to be able to leave a legacy that can be maintained. That is my understanding of a good manager.
He left them with a Premier League winning squad.
He left them with a lot of old players.
He left them with a Premier League winning squad. Okay,
I see your point. Maybe it's more to do with the background stuff.
Listen, background staff, one thing, blah, blah, blah. Did you just forget about 25 years of management before that?
My king got a keyboard for Christmas. Maybe. No, I didn't actually, but I'd love to read it. I don't know.
You won a treble.
He did. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to go on.
I'm just saying ridiculous thing. I'm like TalkSport now, aren't I? That's what I'm doing. I'm just saying ridiculous things to get a reaction.
Listen, I'm willing to argue that I don't like Man United like every other player ever beat, but to say that Alex Ferguson is overrated.
he left them with his name on one of the stands.
He put everyone to bed.
Yeah.
Wenger killed him, destroyed it. Jose twice. Yeah, doesn't matter.
Dan's joining me on the TalkSport show. Mark Hughes over phone.
I won't have that. I will go on the offense for a lot of United things, but that one I will back them up on that one.
Yeah.
But back to what I was saying. The way that the club is structured and the way everything is, I do think, Ralph is kind of a linchpin to everything. So for him to say the plan is at the end of my contract, I will be done.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean one, he's done with the club, because there could be a role further on. Doesn't mean because he's not on the bench. You don't think so? You don't think Ralph will move on to?
I think in terms of what he was saying, he's either. I don't want to say he's fishing for a new contract because it kind of is a bit derogatory to say that, but ultimately there will be sort of thoughts as he's approaching, the end of his contract, he's coming into within 2 years of the remainder of the contract, that he's got to be thinking about. You have to be, because you're looking at all your players on the pitch and they're thinking about their contracts, and the club's always thinking about contracts in terms of like making sure that you don't lose a player on a free, or you make some money back on the transfer. It's all to do with management on that side of it. But I don't know. He's either definitely going to want to move away from football completely, or maybe you could get 2-3 years more out of him if you gave him a big deal. Yeah, I saw the comment earlier that he's on big money. He is on big money. All managers in the Premier League are on big money. And
also from where we were and where he was and the jobs that he was being offered at the time, you would have to do it. You'd have to give him a big wage. From where we were, barely surviving with Mark Hughes.
And I think that's the other side of it, really, is that football's such a results game. It's like you can have a run of 3 games and people are either calling for Ralph out, or they're saying Ralph's going to be the new Man United manager. It's literally as fickle as that, isn't it? In terms of the way that,
It really is. And, I feel like you're right there in the sense that, I feel like the last 2 years to be fair, his whole reign at Southampton must have taken a toll on a man. You got 2 9-0s, and then you have a pandemic where you can't leave, and and keep in mind that he lived through a previous pandemic it was in Germany where I can't remember what it was, that they had another virus that went around and he was hospitalized for it. So now he's got to go through it again.
Yeah,
so it's not great for the man. So it's you can see why he's thinking about the future and what he wants to do.
Exactly. Good comment here from Asia, and I'm sure Siemens is advising him with the new owners what to say and when. Yeah. So he might be thinking in regards to, what to do in regards to getting a new deal. Ralph is aged 10 years managers.
Yeah, he really has though. He really has. But then the thing that he has, he has the plan and he's open and honest about what's going to happen. At least we know that means there will most probably be him thinking about setting a plan in place.
Yeah,
like what you're saying.
I mean, I always prefer it when it's the case like this, because you're always going to get speculation and stuff like that, and I think it's a bit like when Højbjerg left us. I mean, a lot of people were unhappy about that, but Højbjerg was always open about it, and he always said, and even the club were very open about it, and they said he's got aspirations to go and play in one of the big clubs. And that was always going to be the case. So there we go. I'm just highly offended by this comment, Mike, the Jamie O'Hara of YouTube. Like, ouch, Tom. Wow. God, you could have picked it. But I see what you're saying. It's based in the TalkSport. But yeah, that's exactly what Jamie O'Hara does on TalkSport. Yeah, horrendous stuff. Horrendous. Stick Ralph out front if Brozier leaves. Yeah, why not? Which position did Ralph used to play in? I can't remember.
He was up top. He's a striker.
Was he? Yeah.
The only striker on our coaching staff.
Oh, look at that.
The rest are all goalkeepers. That's just the way it is. That is a fact that they're all goalkeepers.
Why have we got such a good midfield? Madness.
And goalkeepers were struggling. Weird.
Yeah. So is that generally where you're sitting with the whole Ralph situation there, Jack?
Yeah,
Sorry, I've been talking a lot.
I'm not. I read that and I'm like, yeah, that's a man who knows what he's thinking about the future, and I get everything he said. At the same time, it was also a German interview which was translated, so I'm sure that not all of it is as literal as maybe I'm reading it as. And I think even Ralph has come out and have made more comments about it. So again, sort of just being like, calm down, guys. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. I'm here.
We've got to be realistic about it as well. It's like, he's not going to be the manager of Southampton Football Club forever. And if he basically runs out his contract, he'll be the longest serving Southampton manager, I think, since Chris Nichol in the early 90s.
I think that's the other thing about it, isn't it, as well? It's just like we're now at a point where it's like, well, we've not had a manager this long for a long time, and we're in this weird spot where, he's not going. We love him. He's doing a great job. But because of the way we have been playing, no one's really after him either. So it's just like, We've got him. He's ours. He's not going anywhere. Yeah. We've brought new owners. The new owners love him. We're building, everything's built around him. He's got his own thing here. It's all...
Yeah. I would also feel a lot better. I feel better if Ralph left us in 2024 with the ownership that we've got now. If Ralph had left us like now, back when we had Zhao in charge and the club was in a bit of a limbo, there kind of would be less of a strategy. I think it would be.
I don't think so. I think Martin Semmens would have had that. I don't think Zhao was a money issue. Do you know what I mean? That was investment issue. I don't think the plan's ever been wrong. I don't think the plan's been wrong since Martin Semmens has been in control ever since Matey Boy left. What was his name? What was the last guy? What was the guy before that? The old guy. No, not Zhao. Before Martin Semmens. Who was the hockey player? Who's the hockey guy?
Oh, Ralph Kruger.
Ralph Kruger and the other dude, the Les Reed. Les Reed. What? Those were the problem. They were the problem. Them, they were the problem. Once they went and Martin Semmens took the place, there's been a plan in place, and I don't think that it would. You might not have gotten Ralph out of his contract. That the contract that you wanted, but there would have been a plan in place. It's just now that
but there wasn't any money.
There's the plan, but no money. But do you know what I mean? Though, but they would have got
having a shopping list and going to the shops with no money. So they can't do anything.
Yeah, but you still, you take Ralph's wages off the books, you still have a big chunk of money.
But whoever comes in is going to be on those wages anyway, so it's not going to make much of a difference.
Inflation, mate, they'll be on more.
maybe, but maybe that's what he's going for. Who knows?
Give it to him.
Yeah, let us know in the chat section, by the way, what your thoughts are on the Ralph situation. I'll be going through a few of these. Let's have a look. Dan saying it's nice having the stability.
Yeah.
Many have asked for Ralph, and simply have said no. Yeah, lots of people have come in for him. Do you remember when Norwich came in for him?
Yeah, joke.
Norwich asked his...
We get it from other people, but you guys, come on. We gave you Angus Gunn. That's the best you're getting from us.
I guess no, we're not. Dan, but would a top manager want to come to a club with no money? I hear what you're saying, and I think really it's the ability of, you need someone like Ralph to run Southampton Football Club. You can't have a manager that comes in that basically says, like Antonio Conte, prime example, is like, I'm coming in, get your checkbook out. Like a Jose Mourinho, I'm coming in, get your checkbook out. We can't have a manager like that. It needs to be someone who's used to working with youth players and develop them
and now we've got the new owners. I do think Rasmus. Rasmus found Thomas Frank from who knows where, somewhere in no one knew Thomas Frank before he was at Brentford, and now you look at him, you're like, oh my god, he's wicked. So Rasmus has a great eye for that. So having him there, it's going to be even better. But like I said before, Martin Semmens would still have a plan in place. But I think having Rasmus's connections and his knowledge to help back us up.
Yeah,
I read an article this week just saying how like Rasmus is just the toughest negotiator. Like agents just saying like, yeah, when Rasmus has a price, that's what it is. That's what we're getting. So I doubt he's going to be. Did they? Ooh. So I doubt he's going to be much in the transfers for Southampton. I still think that's Martin's job because Rasmus has a new company to run. But I'm sure he'll dip his toe in if need be.
Yeah. Coming in from James. Hey, James. Good to see you, mate. I think our club will just be coming onto the next platform come 2024. That's in 3 season time. Top 6, 7, finish Europa League. Maybe. I think it's going to be crowded up there. I think there's going to be lots of clubs spending lots of money. And
maybe conference. Maybe a conference. I'll take a conference.
Yeah, Europa League conference. Yeah.
I think that'd be great. That'd be something.
Be a sad day. Yeah, it will be indeed. Someone's saying about Ronald Koeman return.
No.
For me, I think Koeman's a bit of a get your checkbook out kind of a manager.
He is a man who benefited a lot from what Poch did. Poch did such a good job that Koeman rode it for a bit.
Yeah, and look who he had in his squad.
He can't turn around a squad. He can keep going with a decent squad, but I don't think he can turn around a squad.
Yeah. Can't complain about having no money when we employ Theo Walcott.
That is
big money.
Yeah.
Big money.
Yeah. Do you know what the thing is? I was thinking this the week, like, who would buy Walcott? If you're going to get rid of him, who's going to get... But we're the only squad, we're the only team that would take him because of the history.
Yeah, the romantic media team.
Maybe Bournemouth. I could see him going to Bournemouth.
No.
Yeah, I just along the south coast, mate. I think that is if he's going to go, and then they go to Tottenham for a bit, and then retire at Eastleigh.
Tottenham. Oh, I love it. Love it. I'd love that. I
don't think he would.
Yep. Well, that pretty much sums it up, really. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's joined us in the chat section. As always, if you're watching us on replay, stick in your thoughts in the comment section and I'll go through them on the train on the way to the game tomorrow. We'll be able to answer your comments in with that. But yeah, it's been a fun one tonight. It's been a lot longer than I thought, but we've had a lot to talk about.
I've not seen you for a while. Exactly. Yeah. We said there was a lot to talk about. Not seeing you. Now we're just gonna sit in silence tomorrow. Or the train up. Like, I spoke to you for an hour last night, mate. Be quiet, would you?
Yeah, it's early. And if you come along to the game, come say hello. You might be even doing a few of these sort of interview things. So we're gonna maybe give that a go.
Give that a go.
Get your thoughts on the channel.
If whoever took my picture at the game, by the way, if you're watching, thanks. Wasn't creeped out at all. Was very flattered. Thank you very much.
Hopefully it will be a Spurs vlog. Should I get my SD cards in order? So yeah, no, we're looking forward to going up to the game tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one. And they're putting on extra trains to get us back. Lovely stuff.
Yeah, and is it direct as well, which is even because that change last time was what killed us.
Yeah, and it's getting on the underground quick, isn't it? And it's Seven Sisters, I think, is the station you want, and it's a really long walk. Is it though, or did we just mess that up last time? I feel like there must be an easier way of getting than the way we did it. Walk. I think it's Seven Sisters, and it's a ridiculous queue down there. So yeah, but we're gonna love it. It's gonna be fun.
Or rickshaw. Rickshaw to Waterloo, baby.
Rickshaw all the way to Waterloo. Yeah. Maybe. Do you know, you might just take it. Yeah.
Do you know what the thing about the rickshaw is? They can't lock the door to keep you in, so you don't have to pay.
Not sure that's how it works.
That's how it works. That's how rickshaws work. Yeah. Rickshaws are jump on, jump off, and they just do that for free. That's why they're so good.
Good stuff.
You never done that before?
I've never done that before. No. I never jumped off a rickshaw. I don't think I've ever been on a rickshaw.
The last time I was on a rickshaw was after a Bon Jovi show in Hyde Park, and I was not sober.
That was 3 random topics I never thought would be combined.
Rickshaw's Bon Jovi, not sober. Yeah, very good. It was a very good night. It was a very good night. Very good night. It was a very good night. Bon Jovi supported by Ray Davis from the Kinks, might I add. Very good day.
Yeah. It's Tottenham. I wouldn't risk it. Yeah. North Londoners. Yeah.
I'm a Londoner. You what?
Yeah, exactly.
I loved it. Like, last time we went, they was everyone in Tottenham was really friendly.
It
Last
was
time I
actually,
went.
yeah. We had lots of people asking us,
Yeah,
is there a game on
chatting in the
tonight?
streets. Yeah, it was a
It's
great time.
locals.
I like me some
It's
Tottenham.
locals. Yeah.
And I'm excited for the pie, Tottenham pie. I've been thinking about it since
And
the last time we went.
that fell from the bottom. Remember that?
Exciting.
Beaverstown, neck oil.
Also,
Three.
completely, just before we go, one more thing. Turns out the steak and ale pie at Southampton is also very good. I never had it before. I had it on the week. It was really nice.
Oh yeah, I've had the chicken belty one a few times.
Yeah, exactly. I've had the chicken bowl. I've never had the steak and ale, and it's really good.
Oh,
so
look forward to that one.
There you go, guys. Next time you're at St Mary's, get yourself that steak and ale because it's really good.
Let's do the pie.
Maybe even better than Palace. I'm going to put it out there.
Wow, Palace v was good.
Wolves was terrible.
Yeah, it was dreadful.
I didn't mention that in the vlog, but the Wolves pie was terrible. I didn't even finish it, if you recall.
Jack didn't finish it. I can recall. I was actually amazed. You're not going to finish that. I said, no, it's that bad. That's what you said, wasn't it?
Yep. And then I threw it at a passerby.
Nah, you didn't.
No, I didn't. No.
Request new footage of the pints being filled tomorrow. Of course we will. And I'll feel just as nerdy doing it this time as I did last time. That'll be a fun one.
You know what? Last time it was more acceptable because it was new. Now they're going to be like, really?
Yeah.
Really? You've been here twice before. You know this is what they do. And then Mike will be like, what? And pop the button out and then run away.
Oh dear. What's going on there? Burnley have scored.
Ooh, the 2-1.
No, it's 1-1. They had a goal.
1-1.
Yeah. Look at that, man.
It was a J-Rod. J-Rod scored.
So look.
I think it was J-Rod. Was it J-Rod?
Is he off? He's not off. Oh.
Was it what was J-Rod, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think he might be off.
Fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
Fair play, J-Rod. I mean, he's one of those players that I just, I was gutted when he got injured. I was gutted when he left. And when I see him sat on that Burnley bench, I just always want him to do well. So fair play, J-Rod. Glad you got that goal. And funnily enough, every time I play as Burnley on FIFA against Ian, who's a United fan, I'm always like, J-Rod's the one, mate. J-Rod's the one. They don't need Chris Wood. They got J-Rod.
Yeah. Here's a goal. He was onside. 1-1. Look at that. Right. Well, I'm going to finish it off there. We are looking forward to tomorrow night's game. Thank you so much to everyone who's joined us here live on the show. If you're watching us on replay, please remember to stick in your thoughts in the comment section, and we'll definitely be checking those out as we look on to those. So it is Spurs away. We're looking forward to it. As always, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Me and Jack will see you in the next one. All right. See ya.